Hello. So today we talked about stencils in class, and we looked at a company that actually cuts out stencils on a laser cutter. And on their website, they gave an example of what happens with standard letters when you cut them out on the laser cutter. All of the donut holes fall out, and in order to keep them there or making it stencil ready, you can add bridges, okay, or little fingers to hold those centers in, which we will do for our laser cut projects as well. And here is an example before that we understood how to make those changes. Here's an example of why we want to do that. You can watch this laser cutter cut out a student's project and pay attention to the O's, especially in 2020, which is to the right and to the left of this decoration. And then there's a few other letters along the way that also drop out. So those two circles on the right-hand side and left-hand side are for 2020, and the entire, even though the center was cut out, because it's a closed shape, it completely fell out, and there were no bridges to hold those centers in. So we're going to make it so that when we cut out ours on the laser cutter, it keeps the centers in. And to ease us into this, we're just going to start with an easy one, which is the letter O. So that's for today's assignment, and I'm going to demonstrate that now. We're going to go into vector.com, use online. And we are going to start with a perfect circle using the ellipse tool and holding the shift key down. Okay, and then another perfect circle because it's like a donut, right? The letter O. And I also demonstrated you can eyeball this yourself, put it centered. So like I said, you can center it yourself, or if you select these two circles, there's a tool that's built in. If you right click, choose Align Center and Align, right click, Align Middle, and that will center these circles. You don't have to do this, but it's a nice feature that I wanted to share with you. The next step, you need both of these selected, is you want to cut out the center. Okay, remember these tools that we can use apply to two shapes. We're going to subtract out the center, and what that does is this is now a hollow shape. Okay, the final step is we want to take out and create these bridges or these fingers in the O. So we're going to draw a thin rectangle. So we are going to draw this rectangle and center it. Now, here's another way to know if it's centered. There's a little blue line that appears. You can have the computer center it for you. You can check to see for that center line, or you can, again, if you want to try to right click, you have to have them both selected, and whoops, align center. Okay. Now, how do I get rid of this little piece and this little piece? I have to have them both selected, and then these tools will appear, and I want to subtract. Now, I know that this is correct if you can see through it. So if I draw a rectangle, and move this behind, okay, so these tools up here, remember these two send it forward and send it back. If I can put that behind this shape and still see that rectangle, okay, then I know I did it correctly. All right, so what do you do when you have this final piece? You're going to export it like you always do. You're going to download it. You want to make sure that you copy your URL and you want to paste it in your assignments. Whoops, that's the wrong one. And go to my Google Docs. Let's see. Sorry. I'll discombobulate it here and try this.
8th graders, your turn to exit the building, grab a lunch. Free lunch, eat some french fries, see you on Thursday.
Click here to go to your drive. This is how I do it anyway. And I'm going to look for my industrial arts. List of assignments. And here they are. And this is Stencil O, letter O.
And 8th grade auto number room, you assholes. Head on out, see you Thursday, grab a lunch, and go.
And then I'm going to submit the assignment. Okay, then you go to the assignment, click on Submit Assignment. And in the text box entry, you want to paste your URL, hit return a few times, insert the image, upload image, click on the rocket ship, and your downloads will likely be in your hard drive. It's on my downloads folder. Make sure it's the correct, you'll probably find it, like I said, in your Google Drive. Make sure that's the correct image. If not, delete it and find the correct one. If it is, submit. That puts the picture in the assignment, and then submit assignment. And once it's submitted, you can check the submission details to make sure that it is the correct assignment, and the link takes you to the vector drawing. So you should be able to draw once we get there. Yep. And so I can move this image around and continue where I left off if needed. That's it. Thank you.